to feel really good. You know, obviously it's something to build from, but more importantly, you like to be able to see the fruits of a little bit of your labor, you know, and getting a win would definitely do a tremendous boost for everybody's confidence, coaches, players, and everyone involved. So come back home, you got a nice crowd, the atmosphere is going to be electric, and now you just have to kind of display that it wasn't a trick, that you can do it again, pretty much.
It's not October. It's not trick-or-treat time. You got to go out there and get your treat right away.
Got to make it happen, and I think they're very well capable. It's just about being able to put together a full game. They've had games all year where they've played well, you know, for, 25, 30 minutes, and for whatever reason, in the last closing moments of the game, it has kind of gotten away from them. So hopefully they've kind of figured that out and can kind of put together a complete game today.
Well, in the final minutes Monday night, it was the opposite of what we've seen most of the season, in that's where they made their comeback. That's where they came from about 8 down and forced the game into overtime, got out quickly in overtime and never looked back. They led throughout the whole 5-minute overtime periods and got that 88-85 win over South Carolina State Monday night. Had to be a great bus trip home. Now, sometimes people talk about bus trips coming home after the game, of whether or not the bus is quiet or whether or not they're celebrating. I've been told that usually what happens after a game is it gets real quiet because everybody sleeps on the way home.
Yeah, well, if you put it out there, that sounds right.
Yeah,
it sounds like it just the way it should be.
They used up the energy in the game. After that adrenaline rush was off and they're dressed, they hit that bus, they have a bite to eat, the lights go off, and that's it. I've been on the buses with teams when that's exactly what happens, where everybody just, it's a long ride home from Orangeburg overnight on that bus to Dover.
Hey, but it's a lot shorter when you win.
It's downhill instead of uphill.
You got that right. It's a lot shorter when you won. I've been on them trips before, and the ride is a lot shorter when you get the job done. But when you don't get it done, it's just too much to think about while you're sitting on that bus.
So Delaware State's going to send Raymond Somerville out at center for the opening tip here. He'll be jumping against Ty Horner for Morgan State. And we are just about ready for this one to get underway here at Memorial Hall. Gary Lang along with Coach John Hill. Hornets control the opening tip as Somerville gets it back to Kyle Johnson. Johnson gives it off to Corey Perkins in the back court. Perkins on the right side. Comes across, sends it to Martez Robinson, down to Jevin Munoz on the left side. Munoz had a great week and received MEAC honors for his play. Now Perkins gets it. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Somerville looks up, 4-3. Shot comes up short, and it's grabbed by Delaware State. Turnaround jumper by Kyle Johnson. Didn't touch the rim either.
Shot clock violation.
Not the way you want to start. Morgan State will bring the ball down the court now. Daquan Coleman.
Hornets playing 2-3 zone.
It's Copeland for Morgan State. Sends it inside to Horner. Now from the left side for 3, it's Isaiah Burke.
Burke knocks down his first 3. They're showing pressure, a 1-2-2 full court pressure by the Bears.
Now Munoz trying to tie it up here, misses his shot. Morgan State grabs that rebound. It's Daquan Copeland with the ball. Gets it off to Burke. They take it left side, now back to Burke, and Horner crosses. They give it to David McCullough. McCullough sends it inside underneath. Copeland with a shot, missing. Rebound attempt by Junkum. He misses. They clear it out as they get the rebound. Morgan State still with the ball. Burke over to McCullough. Inside the foul circle to Copeland. He drops it off on the right side. 1 second on the shot clock. They don't get it off in time. Both teams with a shot clock violation on their first possession. The difference, Morgan State did have some shot attempts.
Second. Burke made a 3 on the first one.
That's right. You're right. I stand corrected. Martez Robinson quickly down court. Perkins, 1-on-3. He gets blocked. and they're going to call the charging foul on Corey Perkins as he ran up against the defenders.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Corey was even looking to score that ball. I think he was kind of leaning more on the air of seeing if he could draw the charging foul against Morgan. End up kind of getting called for a charge.
And it was a good call, too. The defender was set.
Yeah, the Hornets are playing it looked like a 2-3 zone, and in some cases a 1-2-2 zone. So, nonetheless, it's a zone.
Morgan State moving the ball around quickly down in the right corner to Isaiah Burke. Burke now trying to come out, get around Johnson. And the ball got loose. Backcourt violation as Will Thomas went back to try to retrieve it for Morgan State, but it was in the backcourt. Turnover to Delaware State. That's 2 possessions in a row with nothing for the Bears. Though they lead 3-0, 17:41 left in the first half. And the Hornets ready to inbound it. Jevin Munoz gets it into Perkins. Perkins, left-handed dribble, goes to the left side. Now circles back toward the middle. Out near the logo at center court. Hornets in the white uniforms, blue numerals. Munoz wants 3. Hits off the back of the rim, comes all the way out. Horner gets it for the Bears. They'll bring it down. Send it out to McCullough. Now to the right side to Copeland. Copeland, bounce pass left side to Burke. Burke out to the middle now to Thomas. Now Copeland down in the right corner by himself. Shot came up short, dropped down, and it's Martez Robinson. One-on-one on the defender, goes up over top and gets it.
That's his shot, nice little floater there. He's a finisher who gets an opportunity to get to the rim.
3-2 game here with 16:55 left in the first half as Martez Robinson gets the Hornets on the scoreboard today. And he has really lifted his game up the last week or so. We have a scrap for the ball. Morgan State will get it as the ball went out of bounds. They'll say Martez Robinson had the last touch on it, though it was in a Morgan State player's hands when he went out of bounds. But the Bears get it. Had to get a long pass into Isaiah Burke as turnaround jumper for Will Thomas is good.
Yeah, this free throw line is a little soft because in that 2-3 zone, they're kind of spread it on that back line, trying to make sure they cover the perimeter. Morgan State is showing a pressure here.
Yep.
Diamond press, a 1-2, 1-1 full court press here.
Kyle Johnson inbounded it, but it was slapped right away by McCullough for Morgan State and out of bounds. And I think they're going to put a second back on the shot clock since it didn't touch a Del State player. Nope.
Nah.
They'll lose the second it took for that little exchange there.
Hornets handle this pressure. There could be some opportunities on the back end of this.
Long lead pass ahead. Perkins, 2-on-1. That great feed to Somerville for the dunk. Perkins with a perfect pass.
As I was just speaking of, there could be some opportunities on the back end of this.
Jevin Munoz with a big smile on his face as he comes back playing defense too. He was the one that fed it to Perkins on the outlet. Here's Burke now with the ball. They'll go inside McCullough. He's blocked by Somerville. And it's Munoz down court. Cross-court pass. Go inside to Somerville. Now they'll clear it out. Munoz goes baseline to Kyle Johnson. Yeah, the Hornets moving that ball around well. Perkins now. He'll drive forward and then pull back. Give it to Munoz down in the corner. Back out to Perkins. Martez Robinson, left side of the lane. Off the rim. Won't go. McCullough grabs the rebound for Morgan State. It's Burke quickly down court. Left side now to Thomas. Thomas will give it back to Burke. And then over to Copeland, out on the court, on the logo at center court. Copeland to Thomas and back to Copeland then. Now right side, Burke looked up, 10 seconds on the shot clock. Left side, McCullough, inside to Horner. Horner with a jumper, it misses, and it's off the hands of Somerville, but right to Munoz for the Hornets. Delaware State with a chance to take a lead here on this possession. Perkins trying to work around McCullough. Driving forward. Good move by Perkins. Sets up left side of the foul circle. Hornets in the lead.
That's a nice job there by Perkins coming off the high post ball screen. finding that soft spot, pulling up, knocking the shot down.
6'5" rather. Delaware State in front with 14:37 to go in the game, in the first half. Here's Copeland, and we're going to have traveling called on Copeland. Delaware State will get the ball back with 14:32 left in the first half, but a timeout on the court. Delaware State 6, Morgan State 5, putting the U in HBCU. We are HSRN. The Little Creek Fire Company looking for a few good people ready to make a difference in their community? Call the Little Creek Fire Company to find out how you can help. Hornets bringing it down here, coming out of the timeout. Corey Perkins, left side in their center court. Long pass to the right side to Munoz. Inside, Somerville lost it on the way up for the dunk, but he got fouled. And this will be on Cameron Hobbs. Ray Somerville to go to the line for Delaware State on the season, a 64% shooter from the stripe, 16 of 25. He'll shoot 2 as he was in the act of shooting.
The Hornets can have an opportunity to rip. So a lot of scoring opportunities on the back end of this press. Morgan State is doing a lot of trapping, full court, half court, and if they just move the basketball, they'll get some very good looks.
Somerville rolls the second one in. It kind of laid on the rim and then fell in, and he hits both from the line to make it 8-5. And the foul shooting, so important. And Somerville hitting both shots there. Shot from the right corner for Morgan State. Went up high off the rim and then fell off the back of the backboard. That's a turnover to Delaware State on that. Now Munoz tied up in the backcourt, gets it off to the teammate, Kyle Johnson. Johnson gives it to Perkins, who brings it past the center line. Perkins works toward the right side, now comes back in the middle to Martez Robinson. He's getting mugged. Gets it off to Somerville, though. Now to Perkins. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Robinson down on the left side by himself. Munoz, 3-second violation. Somebody in the lane.
Yeah, 3-second
Somerville.
violation.
Yep. Somerville was in the lane hoping to get a pass and get underneath there and knock another one home, but they got him for the 3 seconds. Burke left side for Morgan State, directing traffic, getting Lewis Jonkum to move around. Now they give it back to Cameron Hobbs on the left side. And we have an offensive foul on McCullough. He was banging on Martez Robinson. And the official right there next to it made the call. Now it's Robinson, right side for Delaware State. Good feed inside to Kyle Johnson. Johnson, right side of the paint. Munoz, top of the key, over to Perkins, left side. And they'll go to Somerville inside, and now away from the ball, we have a foul called. Lewis Jonkum. That's the third team foul as Jonkum picks up his first personal foul.
Yeah, Jonkum Lewis.
They'll put 20 seconds back on the shot clock for Delaware State. Perkins with the ball left side to Munoz for three. Off the rim. And as Somerville went up for the rebound, couldn't control it, was going to tap it away. He got hit from behind by Jonkum, who gets his second personal foul in the course of about 5 seconds.
Yeah, he's picking them up pretty quickly, but that's a tribute to Somerville. He's very active around the basket, you know. So
well, Jonkum will not commit a foul in the next couple of minutes because he just went to the bench. Horner comes back in now for Morgan State. They get it Somerville. He clears it back out to Perkins. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Robinson right side to Johnson. Perkins, he wants three. It's too strong off the other side of the rim, and it comes down to Morgan State. McCullough on the rebound. Good, strong rebound. Takes it all the way to the hoop. Layup, finger roll, and it rolled off the side of the rim. Delaware State got the loose ball. McCullough thought he got fouled on the way up, but he missed the shot. Perkins now on the right side out near center court, setting his offense. Moving forward, giving it off to Munoz, who comes out. Munoz now working around left side of the lane. Spin move inside, too strong, missed everything off the backboard down to Morgan State.
There's a nice move on, though.
Now we've got a foul as they come inside. The drive by Burke, and Somerville was trying to set up, hoping that he could be set and the charge would be called, but Somerville was on the move, and Burke will go to the line for Morgan State.
Yeah, that was a very smart move by Burke there, knowing that he couldn't really score the ball over Somerville, but going into him and making contact, hoping to draw the foul, and that's actually what happened.
The redshirt junior, or the senior from Bowie, Maryland,
Burke
at the line, missing and he was a 72% shooter coming into on the season. Missed that first one. Last year, scored 12 points against Delaware State in the first game of the season, then 9 in the second game against the Hornets. Delaware State trying to bring it past center court. Kyle Johnson finally does. Gets it back to Corey Perkins. Perkins out on the Hornet logo at center court. Works to the right side, right in front of the Morgan bench. Goes inside to Somerville. Somerville in the paint, around the defender. Shot off the back of the rim. Won't fall in for Delaware State, but this is going to be a foul, and it will be Cameron Hobbs. And we have another break in the action here. Media timeout with 11:40 left in the first half. It's Delaware State 8, Morgan State 6. Putting to you in HBCU, we are HSRN.
Why choose Del One? Del One is rooted in Delaware and here to cover you through your financial journey. From your first account, auto loan, or rewards credit card, buying a home or starting a business, investing, planning for retirement, and then enjoying it. Get what you need when you need it. Del One has you covered. Choose Del One and let's grow together. Why choose Del One? Del One is rooted in Delaware and here to cover you through your financial journey. From your first account, auto loan, or rewards credit card, buying a home or starting a business, investing, planning for retirement, and then enjoying it. Get what you need when you need it. Del One has you covered.
We'll come back here, Delaware State with the ball, 20 seconds back on the shot clock after the foul. Alkaline water at its best. B2L29 Premium Alkaline Water. Visit them on the web at b2l29pw.com. On the inbound attempt, a foul called on Delaware State. Ray Somerville gets his second, team's third, and turns the ball over to Morgan State. For the Bears, it's Isaiah Burke with the ball. Calling McCullough out, gets it to him, and then inside to Will Thomas. Shot blocked inside by Brandon Somerville.
Stitt.
Brandon Stone in the game now for Delaware State. Was it Stitt on the block?
Yeah.
Good to see him in the action here. Burke's shot misses. Somerville skies way high to get that rebound. Perkins over to Robinson. Feed inside to Stone. Somerville at the foul line. Staten's shot blocked by McCullough and knocked up into the crowd. McCullough said, if you guys can block one of mine and hit it for a distance, I'm going to do the same thing. Somerville goes out now for Delaware State. Into the game comes, let's see who came in. Stitt. He was in, wasn't he?
No, Stitt just came in. I'm sorry.
Okay.
That last block was by Stone.
Yep. So Stitt comes into the game now for the Hornets. Martez Robinson will inbound it. Perkins now feeds to Stone, top of the key, back to the right side to Perkins. Perkins goes right side to Stitt. Stitt goes inside. Kyrie Staten on the dunk.
That's good action there. Nice pick and roll, dumping it off to the role player, which was Stitt that time, finishing for a dunk.
Hornets go up by 4 now, 10-6. Burke with the ball. Goes left side to Hobbs. Hobbs for 3. Hobbs gets 3.
That was a deep one there by Hobbs.
Cameron Hobbs with the shot there, the redshirt sophomore guard from Stockbridge, Georgia. A transfer from North Greenville College. Martez Robinson just about took Ty Horner out of his shoes on that move. Robinson with 2 for Delaware State, 12-9 game. Now down inside we have action. We have some contact and whistles. We'll sort this one out. Corey Perkins will get called for his second personal foul. That's the 4th team foul. Perkins and Somerville have 2 each. The 2 of the officials getting together after that call. And they're going to look back here. I think they're going to look at the replay. Well, I hope that this replay look is shorter than the one in the women's game.
I definitely hope
That took
so
about
as well.
25 minutes of time.
That's for sure.
And I guess they'll be looking to see if it was a flagrant foul or
No, they're probably just taking a look at to see who actually committed the foul and whether or not it was a shooting foul. That's probably what they're probably taking a look at.
when the whistle blew, Perkins was on the floor.
Yeah, it was a lot of traffic, though, so you don't know if Perkins committed the foul or it was someone beyond Perkins that committed the foul, and whether or not the shooter was actually in the act of shooting or was it on the floor.
They're going to take the foul away from Perkins and give it to Kyrie Staten.
There we go. Trying to clarify the foul.
And that's important when, since that was going to be Perkins' second foul, now he and Kyrie Staten each have 1 and Somerville has 2. Still 4 team fouls. Not a shooting foul. Morgan State will inbound it. They get it into Will Thomas. His shot misses. Staten goes way up for that one. I'll tell you what, Kyrie Staten can vertically leap. He's 6'1". He got up as high as Somerville did for a rebound earlier. Perkins goes right side to Staten. Staten to Stone. Stone gives it off to Perkins. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Stitt, baseline, drives into the lane, puts it up, and it is a foul will be called here on Morgan State. And this will be Ty Horner. His first. That's 6 on the team, though. So Cameron Stitt will go to the foul line for Delaware State. 3 of 10 from the line on the season. 3 of 11. Foul line has not been kind to him in his short trips there.
Which is somewhat amazing because he's a pretty good shooter. Shoots it from, from behind the arc and has a really nice touch.
Well, he's been missing some time here, too, from the December 17th game at Drexel until last week's trip to the Carolinas. He'd been out. He missed both shots, but he'd missed some playing time in there, too.
Yeah, you just got to get him back in rhythm, but I really think he can help him.
Morgan State now trying to take it inside, and the ball tipped away by Corey Perkins. Long pass down. Stitt underneath. Stitt off the glass for 2.
That's a nice deflection there, and Hornets got the ball out in transition to get an easy one.
Give the assist to Brandon Stone. It's a 14-8 game, 14-9 game. Delaware State up in front by 5, make it 2.
My goodness, this kid
Hobbs
is shooting the ball from another country.
That's his second 3 of the game. 14-12 now as they cut that 5-point lead to 2. Here's Stone from the left corner. 1 at 3. Missed. Tipped out by Stitt to Perkins, and that one's put up for 3.
I'll tell you, Stanton has come to play today. He's off to a quick start here. Quick 7 points.
17-12, Hornets in front. It's McCullough, left side. Bounce pass inside to Horner. He'll clear it out to Rob Lawson. Lawson gives it back to Horner underneath, and Horner gets his first basket of the day. 17-14 now, with 8 minutes left to play in the first half. Martez Robinson working as the point guard here. Went around the defender, left-handed off the backboard and in.
A little shake and bake, baby, a little shake and bake.
School is in session.
Robinson.
Martez Robinson.
In and out, come go with me.
Went between 2 defenders with a great move. Now right corner, it's Will Thomas trying to go, and we're going to have a foul here. A charging foul on Will Thomas as Brandon Stone was set up defensively along the baseline. Timeout with 7:34 left in the first half. Delaware State in front by 5, 19-14 over Morgan State. Putting the U in HBCU, we're HSRN. For all of your automotive needs, trust the Duck. Fred Drake Automotive, 302-378-4877. Corey Perkins passes it to Martez Robinson on the right side for Delaware State. Out to Cameron Stitt, now to Okoye Parker. Parker goes left side to Perkins. Perkins trying to move inside along the baseline. Lost his footing, lost the ball out of bounds. Colin Nanime comes into the game now for Morgan State as Ty Horner goes to the bench. They work inside. Lawson with a jumper. Rob Lawson with a 3 for Morgan State.
Yeah, Morgan State is beginning to get more and more comfortable and finding holes in the zone. So Del State is going to have to do something a little different, add a few wrinkles to it.
Back to a 2-point difference, 19-17 here. Robinson sends it to Perkins on the left side. Corey Perkins now Inside to Stone. Stone goes into the lane, puts it up over top of a defender, but it's off to the right. And Morgan State gets it as it bounces off the glass. Loose ball coming down. They're going to call a foul here on Martez Robinson. That'll be his first. 5 on the team now. Morgan State with 7 here in the first half with 6.5 to go. Isaiah Burke was just called for a delay of game.
Probably because he didn't have his jersey tucked in his pants.
That's a delay of game?
Yeah, well, if they ask you once and they ask you twice, they could. I don't know. Don't quote me on that one. I thought he said 2-1. I thought he said the gentleman 2-1.
Well, that would be Colin Nanemi, who just came into the game.
Right. And if you don't have your jersey in, they're real sticklers about making sure that you have your jersey
You'd think they
in.
would tell the. Whoop! It's on Corey Perkins.
It's on Corey Perkins.
Okay. Still don't know why. But
Something about the jersey made him take it out of it. Made him take him out of the game because of it.
Nanemi missed the shot. It's Perkins came out there. Who came in for him? It was Okoye Parker. No, Cameron Stitt came back in. Kyrie Staten. Yeah, that's who. Martez Robinson. If I keep going down the roster, I will get to the right one. Kyrie Staten off the glass, missed, tipped up by Stone, and it wouldn't go. And then we have a foul as players go to the floor. This will be on Colin Nanemi for Morgan State. That's 8 on the team. Cameron Stitt will get a chance to go back to the line. Missed 2 shots earlier. Let's see if he can pick these up.
Yeah, he should get these here.
1 and 1. 5:56 left in the half. Stitt's shot is good. He'll get a second.
Yeah, he has a pretty good touch and a good feel for the basket. So I was kind of surprised when he missed the first 2.
Stitt now with his second shot. It's good too. And that's good to see. The foul shooting could be very important down the stretch here. Hornets back in the front by 4, 21-17.
Yeah, Hornets are playing a 1-2-2 zone, and it's been highly effective. Obviously, you know the middle's a little soft, but they've been getting deflections, though.
Tip pass, ball loose, picked up by Copeland and saved for Morgan State. Hornets tying up the Morgan State player along the sideline and forcing him out of bounds.
Turnover by Morgan State. Hornets ball.
That was great defense by Delaware State. They closed on Lawson on the sideline. He had absolutely nowhere he could go but to step out of bounds. They forced him out. Martez Robinson now goes to the sideline as Perkins comes back in. Perkins brings it down the right side for the Hornets. Now to the left side to Staten, and Staten got fouled as he tried to go around Daquan Copeland. That's going to be foul number 9 on Morgan State. So they're giving the Hornets free opportunities here to score. And Kyrie Staten, who's shooting 83% from the charity stripe on the season.
Staten is off to a really quick start today, too, and they need his scoring because he's very capable. Just kind of been, went through a spell of the season where he had a hard time finding rhythm. He missed that one.
Missed that on a 1 and 1. He had scored in double figures in the first 6 games and then went on a drought and has been in double figures in the last 2 games.
And this kid, Burke,
Isaiah Thomas,
and Hobbs, they should really shoot the ball from distance very well.
21-19 after the Morgan State field goal. Delaware State, Staten, baseline move. Ball rejected by Burke, knocked out of bounds. Hornets will keep the ball here. 15 seconds remain on the shot clock. The Bears will get David McCullough back into the contest and send Cameron Hobbs to the bench. McCullough getting a breather there. And Stone gets it on into Stitt. Left side. Driving inside, Staten. They call goaltending. Kyrie Staten will get the 2 points off of that one.
That was a nice move there, nice and nifty move. Nice quick move and got it up on the glass in a hurry. Once you touch it, once it touches the glass, you can't touch it. The backboard, should I say.
23-20. Hornets now lead by 3 with 4:40 to go in the half. Lawson working around. Over to Burke. Burke to the right side to Hobbs. Now to McCullough inside. Hobbs in the right corner. Shooting for 3, and Hobbs ties it at 23.
Yeah, they're giving up a lot of holes. They're using the middle. They're running that 1-2-2 zone, and the middle is very soft, and they're drawing those guys on the back line up and pitching it to the corner for open looks.
Perkins now, left-handed dribble to the left side of the court, now trying to go around defenders all the way in for the layup, and he got rejected. He got fouled. They're going to call it a block.
Jump ball.
Jump ball. Hornets get the possession on the jump ball. Perkins went up, and Colin Nanemi was there and put his hand on top of the ball. So that's where you get the jump ball simultaneous possession.
Yeah, it was a good block. Obviously, it looked a little bad because Perkins came down on a pretty hard fall there.
Copeland back into the game. Hobbs goes to the bench for the Bears. 13 seconds on the shot clock as they get it in. Stitt to Perkins. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Perkins to the baseline. Turnaround jumper. Misses off the rim and unable to save it before it goes out of bounds. It'll be Morgan ball. They tried to tip it over to Cameron Stitt off the mark, and he went into the Morgan bench trying to save it. 3:52 remaining in the first half here in Memorial Hall. We have a timeout. We're tied at 23 between Delaware State and Morgan State. Putting the UNHBCU, we're HSRN. Morgan State back in front. Our second lead change of the day, 26-23.
These guys are making threes all over the place.
Yeah, Lawson has 2 field goals and both from outside the circle, the arc. Stone gives it to Staten. He goes top of the key. Tried to pass it inside to Stone, and it was stolen away by Burke. Morgan State on the attack, and the shot missed, but we have a foul and a whistle. And this one, I think, is going to be on Cameron Stitt. That's 16 fouls on Delaware State, 3:02 left in the half. Rob Lawson, the freshman, for Morgan State at the line. Bounces that one around, but it drops in. And now it's a 4-point lead. Martez Robinson coming back into the game. Let's see what Lawson's able to do with the second shot. He drops it right in. Now it's a 5-point lead for the Bears, 28-23. Lawson with 8 of those 28 points for Morgan State. Stone goes to Perkins on the right side. Perkins goes inside. Now takes it from the right side. They'll give him 2 on that shot. He was just inside the line.
It's a nice shot by Perkins, though. You got to step up and take it. He's meeting the challenge and stepping up and taking the wide open shots.
28-25 with 2.5 to go in the first half here from Memorial Hall. Looking for 3 again. Morgan State shot missed from down on the side for Lawson, and the Hornets finally wrestle away the ball.
Might have been the first of many threes that they have missed.
Yeah, they've been deadly with those 3-pointers, and it got them back into the lead. Perkins now working past his defender, sends it to Munoz, left side. Munoz shooting for 2, and it goes in. Jevin Munoz pulls the Hornets within 1, 28-27. Here's Will Thomas, left side, over to Colin Nanami. Back over left side to Lawson. They'll send it to Thomas, drives inside and goes off the glass for 2. His second basket of the game, 30-27. 3 points difference here with 1.5 minutes to go in the first half. Perkins, bounce pass down inside to Stitt. Stitt backs into the lane. Spin move around the defender, over top, off the back of the rim. Stone's there for the rebound and 2. His first basket of the game.
That's a big rebound and stick back there by Stone. Everybody's contributing today.
Delaware State back within a point. Nanami sends it to Lawson on the left side. Burke top of the key. The air ball goes out of bounds. Hornets will get it back with 58 seconds left in the half. And Coach Stan Waterman asked for a timeout there, and he'll get it with 58.2 seconds left in the first half. Cush College is a proud supporter of HBCU sports. Find them on the web at cushcollege.com. Program note, we were supposed to be back at Coppin State on Monday afternoon for women's and men's action, with the women's game scheduled to start at 5:30. Coppin State has had to go into COVID protocol, according to their website, postponing the game they had scheduled against an opponent today and postponing the women's game on Monday. The men's game will be played, and we will have that for you here on HSRN. It's scheduled for 7:30. If the time has changed, we'll let you know. Check us out on our social media sites. Check us out on Facebook, and if there's a change in the time, we'll post it there. Otherwise, it'll be a 7:30 game for the men at Coppin State on Monday. Hornets will have the ball here as we come down into the last minute of the game. Martez Robinson cross court to Munoz, sends it Perkins in the middle and across the center line now. As Perkins backs up on the Hornet logo, now goes to the left side of the three-point arc. Goes inside. Stone dribbling inside to the lane. Works his way up to the baseline. His shot deflected. Comes down to Martez Robinson. Stitt with 4 seconds on the shot clock. Puts it off the front of the rim. Munoz there to grab the loose ball as they reset the shot clock. Now inside underneath it. Stitt. His shot won't go. Loose ball comes back out. Robinson couldn't get to it in time, and Morgan State comes away with it. A lot of frantic action underneath there. Now Morgan State wants a timeout. They'll get it with 14.3 remaining to play in the half.
Yeah, that was a good job there by Delaware State. They got three attempts at the basket. Wasn't able to convert, but you love the energy and effort. And if that continues, they have a great chance of making more of those shots than not. But more importantly, you want to give yourself a chance. I'm sorry.
Right, no, that's all right. No, right now they trail by 1. They led in the first half by as many as 5. But Morgan State hitting a couple of threes there to tie the game and then take the lead, and they've held the lead ever since. But 2 lead changes.
The three-point shot has made a difference for Morgan State. You know, obviously, Delaware State has chosen to play zone or a 1-2-2 zone, which the middle is very soft. Ball and play, I'm sorry.
Burke now, as they work around, to Lawson crossing. Back top of the key. Cameron Hobbs wants three. Won't go. Got his own rebound as it came off strong off the rim, and that will finish it out as another shot by Hobbs was wide left. They'll go to the locker room with the Bears leading by just one over Delaware State, 30-29. Second half action coming your way in about 15 minutes here from Memorial Hall. Putting the U in HBCU, we are HSRN.
What is going on, everyone? I'm Stefan, and welcome to Halftime, the best show in between the show. Black History Month is right around the corner, and I want to know, how are you celebrating this year? After all, there's plenty to celebrate. 3 years ago, Kamala Harris was elected Vice President of the United States. And although that was 3 years ago, think of the new generation we may soon see in the upcoming elections. Harris's win is a big deal for Black women and men alike. How's that for diversity? Speaking of significant moments in Black history, we can't go much further without talking about the man you've heard about every single year since middle school. Martin Luther King Jr. was a preacher, a civil rights leader, and an all-around pillar for the Black community. You may know him for his amazing speech, "I Have a Dream," or you may know him for the March on Washington, or the Montgomery bus boycott. You may even know him as a Nobel Peace Prize winner. But without faces like Martin Luther King Jr., the modern Black experience just wouldn't be the same. We have people like him, Malcolm X, Rosa Parks, and even the Black Panther Party to thank for some of the freedoms we have today. The Black Panther Party was a revolutionary organization that started in the late 60s. Originally, they formed to protect their fellow brothers and sisters from the dangers of police violence. But a few years later, they would radicalize and go on a mission to make the Black community prosper. And with things like free children's breakfast programs, clothing drives, and several clinics, classes, and community programs, they did just that. Nowadays, programs like these exist all over America, but it does make you wonder, doesn't it? Now, if you've ever had the pleasure of exploring Delaware State University's beautiful campus, you'd know we have a lot of buildings. But did you know that most of the buildings on this campus are named after different Black people in history? From our administration building to residence halls, even our student center, there is so much history to be found from just a quick walk around campus. Our newest residence hall is named after Harriet Tubman and Lydia Laws. Now, you may know Harriet Tubman, the no-mess leading woman on a mission to freedom, but have you heard of Lydia Laws? She was the first female instructor ever at the State College for Colored Students, which, if you didn't know, was the name of DSU before it became DSU. She also oversaw one of the past residence halls here. Not only that, but she was also educated at a school which to this day remains a popular HBCU. Going to a historically Black university has taught me a whole lot about history in general, but more specifically, DSU has taught me a lot about Black history and Blackness as a whole. From AAVE to the metaphorical cookout with an ever-changing guest list, there's so much more to being Black than meets the eye. You can look it up on Google, but it's hard to get the full gist through a screen. When we come back, I'll be interviewing Dr. Ordner Taylor. He's a professor here at Delaware State University, and he is by far one of the best people I've had the pleasure to learn from. You do not want to miss it. We'll be right back.
Why choose Del One? Del One is rooted in Delaware and here to cover you through your financial journey. From your first account, auto loan, or rewards credit card, buying a home or starting a business, investing, planning for retirement, and then enjoying it. Get what you need when you need it. Del One has you covered. Choose Del One and let's grow together.
Welcome back to Halftime. Now, like I mentioned before the break, I'm seated here with a man who I truly believe needs no introduction. But since we're here, Dr. Taylor is a wonderful professor here at Delaware State University. He teaches classes that force you to take a critical look at the world around you. I'm very grateful for the knowledge he's gifted to me, and so I brought him here to share that same gift with all of you. How are you doing today, Dr. Taylor?
I'm doing very well, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing great. Now, I'm very happy to have you here today. This episode is all about Black History Month. And now I've already shared some interesting facts with our audience, but now it's time for the conversation. Here at Delaware State University, you teach some classes that focus on the Black experience. Of all the heroic Black people you teach about, who is someone that influences you?
So I think without any question, when we look at the scope of folks who are influential, I always have to go to Du Bois, W.E.B. Du Bois, as one of the primary scholars who has contributed so much to the cultural experience. I also look towards Toni Morrison, who I see as as an amazing writer who's able to capture so much of the African American experience and to explain it in ways that others may not necessarily be able to. And I think without any question, James Baldwin is one of these other influential persons who is so strong, who was so strong, contributed so much to the voice of African American people and the African American identity.
And with teaching this class, would you say it's taught you about your Blackness and lived experience?
So I've had the opportunity to teach several courses that deal with the African American experience. African American literature, Black Male Matters. Right now we're doing a course called Race Trials and Triumphs. And I do think that these courses do give me an opportunity to explore my own identity, and it gives me an opportunity to sort of see what other folks are seeing, how folks from your space are seeing the Black identity and what it looks like, and how you all are able to contribute to it and what you all are able to take from it. So yeah, I think without any question, it definitely has helped me to see, better see and understand who I am.
Do you think we've progressed too much as a society to still be able to enhance the Black experience?
Well, it's true that there are certain things that aren't as obviously connected to race and culture as they once were in the 50s and 60s, but that doesn't mean that they're still not present.
Right,
it doesn't say that they still don't have a little bit of a foothold in what we do. So when we look at events like January 6th, recently, these are things that are connected to a little bit of this history from not so far ago, from not so long ago, from not so far back. Our society as a whole is growing, it is progressing, and because our society is progressing, there's always room for us to continue to grow and to do, as Barack said, when he takes the words from Jefferson, to work to being that more perfect union.
Now we are just getting into everything, but before we continue this conversation, we're going to go to commercial, so we'll be right back.
Why choose Del One? Del One is there for you, wherever you are, and is here to help you get to where you're going. Don't just be a number, and choose to be a part of the Del One family. With personal service, great rates, and accessible products, Del One has you covered. Whether you prefer to branch out or enjoy the comfort of home, leave it to us. Choose Del One and let's grow together.
Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer, president of Sodell Concepts, the best restaurant group in the state, and we're inviting you to come join our team. Sodell Concepts is a growing hospitality company with 16 restaurants and a variety of other hospitality businesses, all located in beautiful southern Delaware. We have recently added many departments to our executive leadership team, including a training department, a property development department, and a construction department. We invite you to come live at the beach and work with a growing restaurant group with many opportunities to advance your career. Sodell Concepts Restaurant Group, come check us out.
Now we are back to halftime. We had just started this really good conversation, so let's keep everything rolling. What lessons from the past do you think that we should still hold close as a people?
Well, I think what we used to do, what we can do better, what we can continue to do, is to hold on to each other. There's an adage that says if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. And I think that the words that my grandmother would have said to us is, children, hold on to each other's hand and go head on down the road. You all gonna be all right. So I think that some of the challenges have been that we have been able to achieve certain economic successes that have convinced some of us that maybe going alone is a better route. But we will all do better if we go together.
Okay. I feel like I've heard a lot of talk recently about people using the word gatekeeping in the Black community just as a way that we should protect the things that we've created for ourselves. You know, like one thing that sticks out to me in history as a very, I guess, like significant thing that's been taken from us was Black Wall Street in Tulsa. Like I just think that is just, we built something so great just for us and it was just stripped away from us. And I feel like if we were able to build something again and just hold each other's hand and keep it inside the community, just something just for us, I really do think, you know, that adage that you said, that could be something that really takes us somewhere really great.
Yeah, yeah.
In your personal life, as an educated Black man, are there any lessons that you feel you've learned that others could benefit from?
There were two lessons that I learned when I was down in undergrad. The first one was a lesson by Hannibal of Carthage. We will either find a way or we will make a way, which is to simply say that you do not allow yourself to get distracted. You hold on, right? And you find one obstacle, you figure out a different path. But simply giving up, simply saying that we can't, that we won't, doesn't work. The other part of what I would say that I've learned is figuring out how to be comfortable in one's own skin. And that is a challenge sometimes, trying to figure out who we are. And, you know, if I go back to Du Bois, and he talks about the idea of double consciousness, the idea of somebody looking at you and wanting you, but not wanting you, and you trying to navigate that space. I think that once we can figure out that this is who I am, this is where I belong, how I can exist within both communities, within the world of the academy and the world of back home, and you know, and the thing is, and to recognize the wisdom that comes from the schools and all those types of things, and also recognizing the wisdom that comes from those grandparents that maybe didn't get quite so much formal education. Once we get to that and we are comfortable being who we are, I think we're going to be okay.
You know, conversations like these are especially important because history is made every day. And you know what they say, those who don't know history are destined to repeat it. Once again, I'm your host, Stefan, and this has been Halftime.
Taste the uniqueness of our first-generation German bakery in Delhi. The new Bavarian bakery in Delhi in Dover. Authentic, original creations are made fresh from scratch every day. Enjoy one of our great pastries and signature cakes. Don't forget to bring home our house-made breads, Bavarian rye, sourdough, and fresh sandwich rolls. At our deli, choose from 14 different breads. You deserve only the best. The new Bavarian bakery in Delhi in Dover.
Why choose Del One? Del One is rooted in Delaware and here to cover you through your financial journey. From your first account, auto loan, or rewards credit card, buying a home or starting a business, investing, planning for retirement, and then enjoying it. Get what you need when you need it. Del One has you covered.
The Bears will have the ball to start the second half. I'm Gary Lang. To my right, to your left if you're looking from across court, is Coach John Hill.
I'm your guy.
And Morgan State starts the second half here for us. David McCullough will send it inside to Daquan Copeland. And the Hornets come up with their first steal of the half. Long pass down. Corey Staten pulls up and shoots a two.
A nice shot there.
And the Hornets go back in front now, 31-30. That is our third lead change of the game. McCullough outside with the ball, and that's not where they want the big guy. Now they'll send it over to McCullough for the shot.
Copeland for three.
That was McCullough.
McCullough?
Yep. And now it's our fourth lead change as Morgan State steps back in front, 33-31. Munoz rolls around top of the key. Goes left side to Perkins. Now Martez Robinson top of the key. He'll drive in left side of the lane. Count the basket and Martez Robinson to go to the line. And we're tied at 33. Horner getting his second foul. And Martez Robinson stepping to the line for Delaware State. Martez Robinson over the last 5 games has gone 28 of 29 from the foul line, 6 for 6 on the road trip last weekend.
Continue where he left off. That one was good.
And the Hornets go back in front. Morgan State sending it left side for a three-pointer. Will Thomas missing. Corey Stone out jumping everybody to get to that one. Corey Perkins. Nice move around McCullough. Spinning around McCullough and getting up inside. Sends it out to Robinson. Inside underneath Kyle Johnson. His shot blocked. Got the loose ball back, got it to Martez Robinson. His shot off the rim, taken by McCullough, and he kind of lost his footing there, did a turnaround, got called for traveling right along the baseline.
He spun around himself there.
Yeah, he did.
He definitely got called for steps because he took a few.
When the whistle blew, I thought maybe he stepped on the line there, the baseline, but he did get the steps. Martez Robinson inbounds. Got to get it in. Got it into It was Munoz, by the way, on the inbound to Robinson. Now they clear it out to Perkins. 10 seconds shot clock. Perkins, right side. Got tied up inside, cleared out. They got to get a shot off here.
Munoz.
And it's missed, but it comes out to Somerville in the foul circle on the shot by Munoz. They'll clear it back out to Perkins as he steps back out at the Hornet logo at center court. Now it's Somerville looking right side. Somerville inside Robinson. Good move around the defender, Martez Robinson into double figures. Hornets up 36-33.
Robinson is in his bag, man. He's getting to the basket. Nice little hesitations, but playing with great rhythm and feel right now.
Shot for three by Isaiah Burke off the back of the rim. Comes out strong, and it's grabbed by Kyle Johnson for Delaware State. Tried for the alley-oop to Somerville. Timing just wasn't right. The pass just a little bit off the mark. Robinson now off the back of the rim. Comes out to Kyle Johnson. Johnson couldn't control it. Morgan State gets it. McCullough one-on-one on Perkins. Rolls it off the other side of the rim. It just walked the rim and wouldn't fall in.
Yeah, that happens sometimes.
Now Martez Robinson will bring it down for Delaware State as he faces off with McCullough. Over to Kyle Johnson. Inside to Munoz. And then Johnson thought Munoz was going to keep coming across the lane there, and he stopped the ball just too far in front to control it. Out of bounds. 16:40 left in the game. Morgan State came into this half leading by a point. They're down by 3 right now. They'll take it inside to Malik Miller. Miller moves into the paint. Check that. That's Naname. And his shot off the back of the rim comes out to Somerville.
It's a nice defensive stance there by Somerville and defensive rebound.
Now Perkins, the left side out near the middle. Goes down the left side in front of the bench. Inside to Muñez. Muñez, nice pass over everybody. Martez Robinson down in the paint waiting for it, and he got it. You may not be able to get to the store and get eggs, but Martez Robinson has a dozen here today.
Yeah, he's playing very well and with a great deal of confidence.
Isaiah Burke, right side to Cameron Hobbs. Hobbs looked up, didn't have a shot. Sent it off to Will Thomas. He'll go baseline, tried to go over top of Somerville. And Somerville having none of that. Deflected it, came down with it, and passed it off to Delaware State. The Perkins on the left side, out at center court. Comes forward, drives right side of the paint, spin move. He'll pass it across left side. They'll work it down in the baseline to Somerville. 6 seconds on the shot clock. Somerville over top of the defender for 2 more.
That's a nice move there. Finish with Somerville. Still Muñez.
To Perkins. Perkins, layup is good. 42-33, Hornets in front by 9. They have outscored Morgan State so far in this half, 13-3. With 14:45 remaining in the contest. Here's Hobbs cutting the deficit with another 3-pointer. He has a dozen points in the game.
They shoot the ball really well. Just got to continue to put the ball in the basket. Delaware State has continued to score, though. Keep the pressure on them.
42-36, Muñez along the baseline. As he goes up, the ball knocked out of his hand. It went out of bounds, touched by Morgan State. Hornets ball and a media timeout with 14:24 still on the clock. Hornets lead by 6, 42-36, putting the U in HBCU. We are HSRN. Gary Lang, Coach John Hill, Memorial Hall. Hornets with the ball inbounded to Muñez and then over to Corey Perkins for the Hornets. They'll get it to Martez Robinson, top of the key. He'll go right side, Brandon Stone. Stone gives it back to Perkins. Perkins rolls around to the right side, into the paint, lost it, and it's a fast break. It'll be Will Thomas, and the shot blocked by Ray Somerville, knocked out of bounds. Somerville very quickly down court to recover and block that shot.
That's what's supposed to happen. If you make a mistake or turn the ball over, you should in essence be the very first person back on defense. So that's a good, demonstration of what's supposed to happen. If you're trying to make sure you make a play for your team.
Somerville now will get a breather as Cameron Stitt comes into the game for the Hornets.
Step up for a second if you don't mind.
Stitt helps out there. He's at 6'8", Somerville at 6'11". Only a little difference in height as the Hornets make that replacement to give Somerville a breather. Long pass into Hobbs in the backcourt. Almost took more than 5 seconds to get that ball in. Now Hobbs goes right side to Lawson, back to Hobbs. Burke left side. Hobbs out in the middle to Burke. Right down in the corner, Burke for three, missing, tip back up, missed. Inside underneath, a scrap for the ball. We're going to have a jump ball, and the possession should go to Delaware State, and it does. You know how I knew? I looked over there and saw Stan Waterman pointing, and he was right on it. The coach doesn't get that wrong. He knows. Good hustle by the Hornets there defensively. Both by Somerville rushing down there and blocking that shot before the timeout. And trying to get the rebound. The inbound comes to Munoz. He's tied up in the corner, clears it out to Stitt. Stitt to Perkins. Perkins to Munoz. And the alley-oop to Brandon Stone. The fans have been waiting for that one today. 44-36. Perfectly passed by Munoz for Stone's alley-oop and dunk. Now they're going to get Colin Nanami for traveling. And a turnover to Delaware State, a chance to go up by 10 here.
It looks looking good. They're playing with a great deal of confidence, and they're very aggressive going to the basket.
Stone and Perkins come out for the breather now. Okoye Parker comes in. Martez Robinson back into action as well. Stone stays in the game. He just went to the backcourt. Munoz takes the long pass over top of the defender, partially deflected. Stone trying for the follow-up, and as he takes it up, he gets fouled. This is going to be Rob Lawson getting his first. Perfect pass down there earlier, though, by Jevin Munoz for the dunk by Brandon Stone. Now Stone at the line. He missed some action after the Penn State game with an injury. And we have a Morgan State player who appears to be shaken up, whether he got banged in the ribs there. That's Ty Horner going to the bench, looking quite uncomfortable. Brandon Stone from the foul line, 71%, 12 of 17 coming into today's game.
He usually shoots pretty well.
He missed 3 games after that injury at Penn State. Missed the first shot, missed the contests against Howard, Norfolk State, and UMES, but he did make the trip to the Carolinas last weekend.
Got to stay in there. He's kind of backing out of there as he's shooting. Just kind of sit right in there.
10th in the MEAC in scoring. 10th in the MEAC in rebounding. 2nd in the conference in field goal percentage. This guy is a shooter and contributes heavily to Delaware State's offense. But with 4 steals and 9 blocks on the season, contributes to the defense pretty well too.
Oh no, he's very lengthy and long, which helps.
Got the second shot to go, and Stone now with 5 points on the day, 45-36. Delaware State up by 9. Underneath, Stone there with a block. They'll call jump ball, simultaneous possession, and he's got his hand up. Nanami tried to go up with it underneath the basket, and Stone was there. It'll be Morgan State's ball on the possession, and they send it in, and the Hornets steal the inbound pass. Munoz there for the steal. Hornets have scored 16 points here in this second half, while Morgan State has put up 6. Underneath, it's Stitt, who was patient and worked his way around the defenders. Now it's an 11-point lead, 47-36. Hobbs playing catch with Lawson. Copeland back into the game. Shot from down in the corner. Thomas's shot missed. It came out and was taken by Burke. Burke gives it off to Hobbs as they cleared it. The ball did hit the brim. Copeland underneath feeds it off, and there's a dunk by Nanami. 47-38. Delaware State with a 9-point lead here, 12 minutes to go. Martez Robinson on the left side. Switches hands. Passes it to Munoz. He wants 3. Rolls it around the rim. Stone there for the rebound. Puts it up and in. That's how to use the height, huh?
Oh, yeah, he got the offensive rebound and stuck it back up. That's good activity.
Man, that was good. He had you speechless there. There's a shot.
Yeah,
that's good for Will Thomas. 49-40. Delaware State still up by 9. I thought you were just spellbound by that one.
No, I was trying not to step on top of you. I'm sorry.
We're good. Here's Munoz taking the ball down in the corner, bringing it out to Okoye Parker. Parker, this guy can shoot from anywhere on the floor too. Moves into the lane, hits off the back of the rim and comes out into the hands of Rob Lawson from Morgan State. Lawson down quickly, feeds it off to Will Thomas. His shot for 3, missing. Loose ball grabbed by Morgan State. They'll clear it out as Thomas got it, and now it's stolen by Munoz. 1-on-1, and he gets the dunk.
That's a dunk by Munoz, still in coast-to-coast finish for a dunk.
This crowd loving it here. 51-40 with 10:40 to go. Lawson passes to Copeland on the right side. They'll work it down along the baseline. Couldn't get over top of Stone for the shot. Now it's off the backboard and in for Daquan Copeland. His first basket of the game. 51-42. Martez Robinson going to the right side. They'll work around. Left side of the lane. Pulls up. Doesn't take the shot. Gets it to Stone, and a timeout called by Coach Stan Waterman. 10 minutes, 6 seconds left in the game. Delaware State up by 9, 51-42 over Morgan State. Putting the U in HBCU. We're HSRN. With a bank shot off the glass.
A bank shot from the foul line. All things are going well right now.
11-point lead, 53-42. Delaware State or Morgan State trying to work it inside. The ball tipped as it came out, and it came out to Copeland. He got fouled in the act of shooting by Corey Perkins. Oh, nope, it'll be Somerville on the foul, and that is his 3rd. Now we're going to go right to another media timeout here with 9:42. This starts. Got a media timeout here. Let's take it. 9:42, still on the clock. Putting the U in HBCU. We're HSRN. I try to telegraph it too, and I try to give you some warning verbally, but that was weird. I couldn't believe they were saying it was the 8-minute media timeout because we're a minute and 42 away from that. And then he corrected. Water that replenishes you with every sip. That's B2 L29 Premium Alkaline Water. Daquan Copeland goes to the line, the junior guard from Philadelphia. Played for the Santa Monica Community College Corsairs out on the West Coast in the Western States Conference. That's a junior college conference out there. And he just hit 2 shots from the foul line to make it 53-44. And the Hornets still up by 9. Okoye Parker shooting for 3. Bounces it around the rim. It won't go in. A rare miss from 3 for Parker. Underneath, it is Somerville blocking a shot, but contact made. He is getting his 4th foul. With 9:24 left to play, and I think Ray Somerville is going to get a few minutes on the bench here.
Yeah, they're going to have to take him out for just a brief moment here.
Yeah. Martez Robinson set to come back in, and it looks like Cameron Stitt.
And Stitt is a good addition because he can stretch the floor as well.
Naname, his first shot missing from the line. The graduate student from Nigeria played for Mount St. Mary's for 4 seasons. Actually, his first 2 seasons were at Mount St. Mary's, and then he transferred to Morgan State for his the next 2 seasons. And his shots both missing. Scrap for the ball underneath. It's finally put back and in by Daquan Copeland.
That's a poor possession right there by Delaware State. You got a free throw line situation, and the shooter misses both free throws, and on the second one, they were able to get 2 offensive rebounds and end up getting fouled for a potential and 1.
Shot missed. So it's and nothing as the Hornets got the loose ball.
For sure.
Perkins brings it down. Works to the left side, gets around the defender. Steps around in front of his bench. Now comes back out toward the middle, gives it to Stone on the left side in front of the bench. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Cross court to Muñez. Muñez drives into the lane, sends it out. Perkins with 5 seconds on the shot clock. Air ball. Robinson has to put it up quickly. Martez Robinson bangs it off the rim, and the rebound is taken by Morgan State. Bounce pass down inside. Stone couldn't control it. And they're going to call Cameron Stitt. I was waiting to see who the foul was going to be called on. They say he got an elbow into the Morgan State player. I really didn't see any contact at all.
Yeah, it was kind of a tough exchange there. It didn't look like much of anything. Loose ball situation. Both players kind of trying to get themselves in position to make.
Just about 8 minutes and 35 seconds left in the game. And the shot by Morgan State missing. Delaware State got the rebound. Muñez driving inside underneath, pulls back as they close the door on him. Perkins now takes the ball on the left side, backs out near center court, setting up that offense. Working around to the right side, pulls up, wants 3, off the front of the rim as Stitt reaches up and tries to flip the ball back to a teammate. They'll get Stitt for his 4th personal foul. That's going to cause a problem for Coach Waterman.
Well, what's happening right now is that too many fouls are being committed, and pretty soon Morgan State is going to be in the 1-and-1 situation. So They got to figure out how to defend and rebound without fouling.
Stitt was the guy coming in, though, for Somerville. Stitt and Somerville both have 4 now. It looks like Kyle Johnson is ready to come in. Isaiah Burke.
It's offensive foul there.
Offensive foul on Isaiah Burke, his first of the game as he got called for the charge. 8 minutes showing on the clock. And this going to get us to the 8-minute media timeout. I can tell because the clock says there are 8 minutes left to play.
Left in the game.
Can't fool me. Delaware State leading 53-46 over Morgan State, putting the U in HBCU. We are HSRN. As we come back in the final 8 minutes of the contest here, Morgan State with a stolen pass and a foul by Delaware State. Is that going to be on Martez Robinson? Nope, it'll be on Kyle Johnson. That's his first, but that is 6 on the team now in the second half with 7:51 left on the clock.
Yeah, that's not what you want.
Yeah, Lawson will go to the line.
I thought it was a tough call they just made, too. I'm not sure if Kyle even fouled the gentleman. They said, there's an old saying that says the ball never lies.
Isaiah Burke at the line, missing that first shot. This guy is a shooter, too. He is second in the MEAC in scoring in this game so far. 7 points. Make it 8 as he gets the second from the line. Now it's 53-47. Hornets up by 6. They got to get back into that form they were in the first 10 minutes of this half. That let them get the big lead. And as the pass came to Corey Perkins, Daquan Copeland slammed into Perkins from behind. Just about took his left bumper off.
Yeah, that's a little hip check there. Kind of hit him pretty good there on the hip.
Perkins is feeling that contact. Copeland's a big guy. That is the 4th team foul on Morgan State, so non-shooting foul inbounded for Delaware State. Perkins almost fell out of bounds with the ball, got it back to Brandon Stone.
This is where you want the ball, right here in Robinson's hand.
Yeah, in the lane, up and over the defender and good.
That's where you want it.
Robinson with 14 on the day, 55-47. They need to keep about that 8-point pad here going down the stretch. 7:15 showing. Copeland over the defender. Up, bounced up in the air and went in.
Tough shot, kind of awkward too, Copeland. Got it to go though.
Yeah, put that one in the category of better lucky than good. It was not a good shot. Kyle Johnson along the baseline after taking a pass, didn't have any opportunity to go for a shot, cleared it out the other side. Now it's Perkins out near center court, giving it off to Brandon Stone. Stone goes right side to Johnson. Johnson to Robinson. Robinson around the defender on the baseline. 3 seconds on the shot clock. Hornets going to give it up. It goes out of bounds. They're either going to give it up on the shot clock violation or the ball was going to go out of bounds first.
Yeah, they were trying to get some action. They're running the flex, and the ball was moving pretty good. Just couldn't get a shot off, or a good, clean-looking shot quick enough.
Copeland, center of the court, left side to Lawson, back to Copeland, and then to Hobbs. Hobbs comes into the middle, tries to pass it inside. Perkins sticks out a foot, knocks it out of bounds. Morgan State keeps the ball, 22 seconds on the shot clock. And looks like something was spilled on the court in front of the VIP seating to our left. That's VIP seating because that's Dr. Hamilton over there. He was a math teacher when I was going to school here. He is a longtime Hornet.
Legendary.
Legendary is the right word for Dr. Hamilton. Inbounded now to Copeland as play resumes. Over to Hobbs. Hobbs gives it off to Lawson, crossing to the middle, backs up, sends it back to Hobbs on the right side, down in the corner to Burke. Burke, they'll clear it all the way around to the left side. Shot for three. Hair ball goes out of bounds. Turnover to Delaware State. Just a little bit more than 6 minutes to go now.
Yeah, they're in a good place. They just got to continue to score.
Yeah.
Don't get out of character. Continue to do what you've been doing all night.
6-point lead. If they can keep it 6 to 8 points.
I would play through Robinson, though. He's been scoring whatever he likes.
Perkins to Stone, top of the key for three. Swish.
That's huge right there. Big three from Stone.
Gets him into double figures, 58 to 49. Now it's a 9-point lead again. 5:40 left. Lawson crosses to Hobbs. Hobbs goes right side to Burke. Burke drops in three. Burke with 11 points in the game gets it back to a 6-point game, and the Bears call a timeout with 5:31 still to play. For all of your automotive needs, trust the Duck. Fred Drake Automotive, 302-378-4877. Reminder, Monday, we were supposed to have women's and men's games beginning at 5:30 from Coppin State. Well, Coppin State has had to go into COVID protocol according to their website. So their game today that they had was canceled. The women's game has been canceled. The women's game against Delaware State will be rescheduled. We don't know when that will be yet. But we will have men's action for you from Coppin State, scheduled at 7:30. If the time changes, check our Facebook page and we will post it there for you. And if you don't know where our Facebook page is, shame on you. Just go to HSRN. It'll pull it up for you. HSRN, the network, would be the easiest one to go to. Corey Perkins, left side, near center court. Dribbling forward, 10 seconds on the shot clock. Inside, Martez Robinson trying to get inside the lane. They close him out. Gives it to Brandon Stone. Stone with a jumper. And when he lets that thing go, it doesn't have to go up in the air much because he's already up there. 60 to 52. Munoz with a block from behind. Let's see who's going to get called for the foul. And I guess it's Brandon Stone, his first.
Stone says he's too little.
Down to 4:53 on the clock, and Copeland back at the foul line. Last Saturday, Daquan Copeland, in his first game of the season, scored 10 points against Howard in a losing effort for Morgan State. McCulloch back in for the Bears as Lawson goes out. Actually, last Saturday was Copeland's third game of the season. His shot misses. And Stone was there to grab that rebound using that 6'11" height. Now, Martez Robinson brings it across, gives it off to Perkins out near the center of the court. He bounce passes it to Munoz at the top of the key. Munoz around traffic. Stone in the lane. Off the front of the rim. Won't go. Loose ball taken by Morgan State. Copeland lost it. Perkins grabs it. He got tripped. As he grabbed the ball, he went down hard, and he is hurt. And a delayed call on the trip. The call, well, they're going to have to wipe up the floor where Perkins went down. Kyrie Staten coming into the game. They called a kick ball, but it was a delayed call till they did it. Well, Perkins got tripped, but the ball didn't. But it was later down court that the trip occurred, or the kick ball occurred.
There were a couple of loose ball situations where young people were diving at the ball. I think when they got over near the sideline, just got ripped out of the hands. Hornets ball, though.
So no foul called. Inbounded to Stone by Munoz. Out to Robinson. 15 seconds on the shot clock, as after the violation, they put 20 on the shot clock for Delaware State. Robinson now over to Johnson. Johnson to the right corner. Staten all alone. You cannot let Kyrie Staten be that alone.
That's a big shot there, especially coming right in off the bench.
60 to 53. 62 to 53, I should say. 9-point lead. Morgan State trying to cut that lead, but Delaware State just keeps coming back every time the Bears score a point. It's Burke going inside. Shot missed and then tipped in. You know what? That thing was still up on the rim, wasn't it?
Seems like it was on the rim.
Yeah. I wondered about that one. 62-55 as they let that one go. And then a foul called on Isaiah Burke, his second. And we're going to get the final media timeout here of regulation time. Yeah, Staten tipped it in. I thought it was a Hornet that tipped it in, so that's why you don't have the goaltending with the ball sitting on the rim. It wasn't tipped in by a Morgan State player.
I got you.
We'll get the break here. 3:24 to go. Hornets up by 7, 62-55. Putting the UNHBCU, we're HSRN. Gary Lang, Coach John Hill at Memorial Hall, Delaware State with a 7-point lead right now. And Coach Hill, I've seen a lot of games here at Delaware State. We talked about the size of the crowd here today. Enough people that they actually had the wave go around the crowd twice in Memorial Hall. I've never seen the wave in here before. Corey Perkins sends it left side. Martez Robinson now trying to get clear. Gets it off to Kyle Johnson. They'll take it into Stone inside. Off the glass. It rolls off the rim. Morgan State got the loose ball. 3 minutes left. And then as they go inside, we're going to have Corey Perkins called for a foul, and I don't know why he reached in like that.
Yeah, they got to be careful here because they're going to push the ball on every situation, and they're in the bonus.
Isaiah Burke, listen to this. Second in the MEAC in scoring, 5th in field goal percentage, leads the conference in 3-point field goals, percentage, 10th in free throw percentage. And he's at the line. Bounced it off the rim, it jumped up and went in. You want to hear more about him?
Keep it rolling.
Keep it rolling. All right. So let's see. Leads the conference in 3-point field goals per game. Missed that second foul shot. 7th in the conference in assists, 3rd in minutes per game. And then he's in about 5 top 50 categories in Division I basketball. The best being 10th in Division I in 3-point field goal percentage at 45.5%. Good lead pass inbounds over the top of Martez Robinson. He had to just go get it. His shot over the defender missed. 2 minutes and 45 seconds still to go. Stone got his body in the way and kept it from being a good shot by Copeland. Hornets came away with it. Perkins gets around McCullough with a good spin.
Take care of the ball right here. Get a good shot. Take care of the ball. Get a good shot right here.
15 seconds in the shot clock. They just tied up Perkins. And McCullough making contact. Well, maybe it was Name. Colin Naname called for his second foul, and that is the team's 6th. So the next time, Delaware State will be shooting. 2:25 still to go. 6-point lead for the Hornets. They inbound it successfully to Perkins as the foul got the Hornets 20 seconds back on the shot clock. They'll double up on Perkins again. He gets it back to Martez Robinson. Robinson with 7 seconds on the shot clock. Around the defender, pulls up jumper off the back of the rim, and it comes out to Naname for Morgan State.
Good look. It's his kind of look, too.
Yeah, his kind of shot. He doesn't miss many of them. Copeland drives inside. Off the glass, falls off. Hornets get the rebound. It's Staten. Staten will bring it down. Lost the handle. Ball out of bounds. Hornets ball touched last by Rob Lawson. The officials had to decide who touched that one last, and they'll give it to the Hornets with 1:51 left to play. Jevin Munoz comes back in. Kyrie Staten, good minutes for him today, and 9 points for Kyrie Staten if he doesn't come back in. And now we have a timeout. The officials are going to review there to see who touched the ball last. They're going to look at the replay of it just to make sure that they got the call right.
Let's see.
America's Mortgage Coach is ready to find you a house. You ready to start the year on the move to a new house? Well, you need help with that mortgage process? Give a call to America's Mortgage Coach John Millette, 1-866-409-9000. Cush College is a proud supporter of HBCU sports. Find them on the web, cushcollege.com. So we'll see what happens in the last 1:51 here this afternoon. The Hornets looking to win their second game in a row in conference play. Stan Waterman told me at halftime of the women's game, he felt that this was a game they could win today, despite Morgan State's record coming in at 4-1 in the conference and 11-9 on the season.
Well, they definitely play. You can tell they're playing better basketball and they're playing with a great deal more confidence. So it's it's just a world of difference, and it's amazing what a win will do for you too.
Now earlier in the month too, they had a couple players who were key players who were out with some injuries. Now they've reversed the call. It will be Morgan State ball. But now they've got everybody healthy and ready to play.
Yeah, they're playing good ball. They really are. They play hard. They've always played hard. And it's just closing games. Like in the situation that they're in right now, 1:53 remaining, and they're up 5. They're up 6. They have to finish.
If you want to play on Stan Waterman's team, you better play hard for every minute you're on the court. Burke goes right side to Copeland. Shot. Bounces around, comes back off the glass, and is good for Isaiah Burke for 3. 62-59. Hornets lead by 3. 1.5 minutes to go.
Got a one-possession game here with 125 remaining. They need a basket here.
They do. Perkins out at center court. Dribbles. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Perkins driving forward. Sends it out to Brandon Stone. Stone to Robinson. 3 seconds to shoot. Robinson around the defender. Puts it up. It's off the rim. Wouldn't go. Stone there for a putback. Wouldn't go. Bears ball. 1 minute to go. Stolen by Perkins. Great steal by Corey Perkins. It came at the perfect time.
That's a great steal.
Jevin Munoz in front of the bench holds the ball now. Somerville back in the game for Delaware State. Takes a pass. Perkins out near center court. 40 seconds left. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Perkins moves forward. Steps up. Gets the shot. Deflected. Taken by Naname. Morgan State brings it down. Copeland drives along the baseline. Sends it out for three. Isaiah Burke ties it.
22.5. I was just saying, you got to close the game. You got to close it. This is where they've struggled the most. They've played hard, and they've been in all games, but just finishing, you got to finish.
Now Stan Waterman is out on the court talking to the officials. He wants something, whether it's time put back on the clock or what. I don't know what he wanted. He was way out there, and the officials waved him back toward the bench area. 22.5 seconds left, and we are tied at 62. This could be whoever gets the last shot.
Yeah, this is one of these situations, you know, they won last week at South Carolina State in overtime.
Yeah.
So, you know, they've kind of put in the same situation again today. However, they're home. So now, you know, Coach Stan Waterman got to draw up something to make sure he gets a really good shot and the person he wants to shoot the ball.
Two big differences. Last Monday night, they had to come from behind to force overtime. They had to come from behind to force overtime Monday night. This time they gave up a lead. Last Monday night they were on the road. They're at home today.
Well, I tell you, if I'm Coach Waterman at this point in time, I try to draw up something where I put the ball in my best ball handler's hand, which is Corey Perkins, but more importantly, try to get the ball into Robinson's hands. Robinson has really been kind of imposing his will on all of their guards and kind of getting some really high percentage shots. So I would rest upon Robinson, and more importantly, make sure that I have somebody that can really, that Corey Perkins, my best ball handler, is able to facilitate it and get it to Robinson.
And if you can't get it to him, maybe Jevin Munoz. He was the MEAC Rookie of the Week for his play over the games last weekend. Scored 27 points in those two games with 7 assists at North Carolina Central and South Carolina State. So if you can't get it to Martez Robinson, maybe Jevin Munoz will be the guy to do it for you today. He only has 4 points on the afternoon. He'd be happy with 2 more.
But more importantly, you get to see who's built for these moments. You know, as you learn about your team and you progress through the season, you come to learn who's built for these moments, who you can count on, who shies away and who steps up. So it'll be interesting to see who steps up this evening and who wants to take on this challenge. More importantly, take this last shot. So it's going to be, Morgan State is going to get another opportunity. Well, not unless Delaware State chooses to milk out this clock and take the very last shot, which Coach Stan Waterman just made. And which wouldn't be a bad idea at this point in time.
Right. If you have to take it to overtime, you take it to overtime.
Right.
Rather than take the chance that you score 2 and they go down and shoot a 3 and win the game at the buzzer or something. Martez Robinson with 14 points. Brandon Stone, another possibility. Would maybe Brandon Stone you want to get the ball to? He has 12 today. But if you were in this position, would you take it down and just milk out the clock and go to overtime?
Yeah, I definitely would. I would try to milk it all the way down to where we would definitely get the last shot. Morgan State has 16 fouls, and I would also try to draw up something where I get one of my better players going downhill, getting to the basket, playing on the conscience of the officials at this point in time to see if I can get a call for a foul and maybe go to the free throw line and see if we can knock a few free throws down if we don't get the conversion on the field goal. But yes, it should only be 1 shot left in this game. And more importantly, I would try to be really aggressive getting to the basket so that way we get a chance to possibly get some free throws and hopefully a call if there's contact.
So it comes down to the last 22 and a half. Update here. We saw Ty Horner go off before and he was doubled over, clutching at his ribs up in the chest area. He is on the bench, and they've wrapped him around the side and over the shoulder. So Ty Horner's out for Morgan State right now.
Yeah, you got 22.5 remaining here, and obviously you want to try to get the last shot. So I would basically try. It's going to be difficult because Morgan State is going to put a lot of pressure on the ball. I'm sure the coach is telling them to be mindful that if you commit a foul, you can't commit a foul, because if you do, you're going to put Delaware State on the line. But I would milk it and probably get started for trying to get a shot somewhere around. I would start somewhere probably around like 10 seconds. So that way we're assured that we're going to get the last shot. And if by chance we take a shot and there's a couple of seconds remaining, Morgan State would have to go the distance of the floor in order to get a basket.
Now the Hornets have committed 8 fouls in this half. So one of the things Stan Waterman has got to say to his team, and it would be the last thing I would say to him, no fouls. Don't go out there and commit an offensive foul and give them the ball.
Well, you don't shoot on an offensive foul. That's a player control foul there. So even if you get a charging foul,
even in the bonus,
you don't shoot because it's a player control foul. At this point, you just want to make sure you get the last shot, and obviously you want to try to get something going very aggressively to the basket. You don't want to start this play until probably about 10 seconds, because then that way you can kind of almost promise yourself that you're only going to give maybe 2 to 3 seconds top for Morgan State if you don't score, to have a chance to score this ball, and they got to go the distance of the floor in order to score in 3 seconds. Right now we're having a delay in the contest because I think they're waiting for the system to reboot.
I guess that's the replay system, or could be. So that's our delay. Well, the clock was working.
I don't know.
Which is the good thing.
Yeah, I'm thinking that Coach Waterman is trying to get some time back, possibly, and there's a good chance that the only way they were going to be able to confirm that is via the replay. So they've decided, both coaches decided to go ahead and play ball.
Coach Waterman cool, too. 22 and a half seconds left. We're tied at 62, and he just walked back to his bench area with a big smile on his face.
Yeah, who's gonna score this ball? Let's see how they manage this situation.
So it's going to be Hornets ball, and they're going to have to bring it the length of the court. So I'm anticipating a good amount of backcourt pressure. All 9 players are in the backcourt. One of them is standing out of bounds to throw the ball in.
Well, the good thing about this, if they commit a foul, if Morgan State commits a foul, Delaware State gets an opportunity to go to the line and add points to the board from the free throw line. So they have to be really careful.
Brand Stone inbounds it to Martez Robinson.
Robinson has the ball. He's the guy you want to have it.
He's being guarded by Rob Lawson.
10 seconds. 9, 8.
Robinson making a move forward. They pick up Naname on the guard. Robinson hits with 2.4 seconds left. Martez Robinson.
Just as I said, you want your best player. Robinson with the ball, making a play at the basket. They did, in fact, start the play right around 9 seconds, inside of 9 seconds. And Robinson did one hell of a job, man, going through potentially a double team or a player and a half just to get that shot over the top and a finish. But it was his shot, though. That's his shot. He loves shooting those mid-range floaters, and he feels really comfortable through contact making the shot, though.
2.4 seconds left in the game, and Coach, you called it. Give it to Martez Robinson, the sure shooter for Delaware State.
Now you have to make sure.
Yeah, what's Morgan got to do here? They've got to take it down the court with 2.4.
Well, obviously they're going to probably get the ball into Burke and let him push the ball, but you got right about 3 seconds. So the inbound pass is going to have to come somewhere near half court. So that way you got 3 seconds, a couple of dribbles and a shot. So if you force them to throw the ball in the deep as possible, it gives them less time to get the ball the length of the floor. So it'll be interesting for Delaware State.
They've got to put in the backcourt pressure.
Right, defensively, how they set up, because what you don't want that first pass to be is a pass that extends the ball all the way to half court.
Right.
And you have to be leery of not fouling, because if you foul, you're already over the bonus, and Morgan will get an opportunity to shoot 2 free throws and tie the game up. So you have to play defense without fouling, but you also got to make sure that you make them throw the ball as deep as possible so they have the distance of the floor to go. So let's see what kind of, they put Somerville on the ball.
Somerville, you got Robinson in the game, you have Perkins, you have Munoz, and you have Stone. Those are the Hornet defenders right now. Here we go. The final 2.4 seconds for the win for Delaware State. Running along the baseline, they get it into Copeland. That's it. They couldn't get it down court in time, and the Hornets win.
That's ball game.
Big win for Delaware State.
Awesome.
64-62 over Morgan State.
That's great execution by Coach Stan Waterman, and I mean a big time shot for Robinson. These kids got to feel good, man. 2 in a row after what they've been through the last year and a half. They're now beginning to see the sun and some daylight, and knowing that they can get the job done.
Hornets led most of the second half. They trailed by 1 at the half, and they came back strong in the first portion of the second half, outscoring at one point Morgan State 16-6. Give Morgan State credit. They fought back in this one just as Delaware State did Monday night at South Carolina State. But the Hornets held on, and Martez Robinson hit the 2-pointer with 2.4 seconds left to win the game for Delaware State. Dramatic fashion in front of a packed house in Memorial Hall. And they're going to get some celebration pictures here before we can get Stan Waterman over here. We're trying to get Stan Waterman over here. He's got to stand with the team and have some celebratory photos taken, but we know he is coming over. Martez Robinson with 16 points here this afternoon for Delaware State to lead the Hornets in scoring. That's short of his season high. He had 24 2 weeks ago at UMES in a losing effort. Given the choice between a season high and a losing effort and 16 in a winning effort, any player is going to say, I'll take the 16.
Take the W all day long, man, because at the end of the season, that's all people remember. They rarely remember how many points you scored in the game or how many rebounds you grabbed. They always keep up with how many games you won at the end of the season.
All right. No, nobody's going to be able to come over to us right here for a moment because it's
the alma mater.
The Delaware State alma mater. So those of us who are alums are going to stand here for it, as the players do as well. Dr. Hamilton goes down the line of players, congratulating them on this victory here this afternoon. One of the better wins I've ever seen here at Delaware State. Can we take a 1-minute break, and then we'll be back, and we're going to get a hold of Coach Stan Waterman. Delaware State with a win, 64-62, putting the U in HBCU. We are HSRN.